Welcome to the lesson on the metric system. In this lesson, we will discuss some of the basics of the metric system and how to convert within itself and between the metric and standard units. By definition, the metric system is a system that most of the world uses. It focuses on common prefixes and powers of 10 to compare varying amounts. We still look at the same base measurements though. We use meters for distance, for weight we use grams, and for capacity we use liters, with all of their appropriate abbreviations mg and L. Although the amounts are different, each unit has a standard unit pair. A meter and a yard are not quite the same thing, but they're very similar in their length. So by prefixes, 0.001 would mean milli and would talk about a milligram. 0.01 would be centigram. 0.1 would be decigram. Then we have our standard unit. If I'm going times 10, I would say deca. Times 100 would be hecto. And lastly, 1,000 would be kilo. Now some of these might seem new. We really only use a couple of these in our daily lives. Milligram, gram, and kilogram, but all the other abbreviations and how you move the decimal over do exist. Thinking about converting, let's say I have 1,000 meters per kilometer. So how do I go between that 1,000 meters per kilometer? Well, I move the decimal place over to the left 3 times to give myself 1 kilometer, 1.00 kilometers. Thinking about a quick example, let's imagine Ben is 172 centimeters tall. How tall is he in meters? So let's convert between centimeters, the base unit, and meters, the 100s unit. So I can write out 172, which should have the decimal place after the 2, 172.0 so to speak, and move it over twice. And then I could say 1.72 meters. He's 1.72 meters tall. A recipe calls for 755 milliliters of oil. So 755 meters. How many liters do I have? Again, move the liters over 3 times this time, and I have 755.755 liters. Now, while that might seem easy, we have to think about our conversions between metric and standard. There are 2.2 pounds per 1 kilogram and 1.6 kilometer per 1 mile. Let's apply these common necessary conversions and let's see how we can work. A city is 231 miles away. How many kilometers would that be? So 231 miles, multiply that by the 1.6 kilometers there are in every 1 single mile, and I'll be able to get my answer. 231 times 1.6 would give me 369.6 kilometers. So the two cities are 369.6 kilometers away. Let's say that a horse weighs 1,896 pounds. How many kilograms would that be? Now let's consider our units this time. 1,896 pounds. And let's divide that by the 2.2 pounds that there are in every kilogram. So 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So after we look at some of this division, 1,896 divided by 2.2 is going to give me 861.81 kilograms. Well, the pounds within this division problem canceled themselves out, so I'm only left with kilograms as part of my answer. Understanding the metric system will better help you understand recipes and travel, as it's important to convert between the two to understand our math world.